Welcome to Belgrove's Funeral Home, where we celebrate life's precious moments. From the moment you enter our doors, you're met with kindness and care. Our reception area is designed to be more than just a waiting room. It is a place of calm, thoughtfully created to ease the weight of grief. In our private conference room, conversations are guided by empathy. Here, our client experience coordinators sit beside you, not just across the table to help plan a service that truly reflects your loved one's story. Whether it's a traditional farewell or a personalized celebration of life, we take time to understand your wishes and offer thoughtful guidance. At the heart of our organization is a dedicated manager who ensures that everything runs smoothly, from the smallest detail to the final farewell. We understand that choosing a casket or a coffin is a deeply personal decision. In our selection room, we provide a calm, respectful environment where families can take their time and explore options that reflect their loved one's life, beliefs, and preference. Our spacious chapel is where memories are honored and lives are celebrated. Designed with serenity and warmth, it provides a welcoming space for families and friends to come together in reflection and remembrance. For families choosing cremation, we offer on-site professional cremation services in a setting that upholds dignity, peace, and confidentiality. Our crematorium offers a seamless and respectful alternative to traditional burial, giving families flexibility while maintaining the highest standard of care.
Education Secretary temporarily assigned the Tourism Secretary portfolio. IDA raises questions over last-minute Carnival planning. Minority leader criticizes two-year delay on Blue Food Festival project. And Keishon Walcott wins gold at the World Athletics Championships. Good evening, I'm Natalia Nancy Montrishard. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Thursday, 18th September 2025. Today we begin with some developments in the Tobago House of Assembly. Assemblyman Zorisha Hackett has been temporarily assigned responsibility for the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation mere weeks before the Tobago October Carnival. The move comes without explanation from the Office of the Chief Secretary and notably sidelines Assistant Secretary Niall George, who was not given the opportunity to deputize in the absence of Tasha Boris. Hackett, who currently serves as Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, will now carry both portfolios. What's raising eyebrows, however, is the warm embrace from Tobago Carnival stakeholders. The Tobago Promoters Association and the Tobago October Carnival Association have both publicly welcomed Hackett's appointment, signaling clear enthusiasm for her leadership at such a critical time. With Carnival preparations in full swing and the timing of the reassignment, the silence on why it was deemed necessary has not gone unnoticed. Well, political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Watson Duke, has raised concerns over the sudden reassignment of the Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation portfolio in the Tobago House of Assembly. The portfolio has been temporarily reassigned to Education Secretary Torisha Hackett.
What it is that Tashia Morris did, yes, the last known secretary for tourism and culture held the job. What did she do to invoke the irk, resentment, and the hatchet from Farley Augustine? So much so that this morning the whole of Tobago and Trinidad has awoken to the news that as from the 15th, mind you, today's the 18th, right? That from the 15th of this month, Zia has been acting as the secretary for both tourism and culture wrapped up in one, in addition to usual functions, which is the secretary for education.
Duke argued that Hackett has failed to deliver as education secretary, now to be handed an additional portfolio.
I am worried, and Tobago is worried. What the hell is happening to Farley Augustine? Does he think things through? Or is he just moving by knee-jerk reaction? Vaps and Vodaman, whosoever is advisor, tell him to move, lick up. Mind you, there cannot be two secretaries. So what has happened to Tashia Grace Morris?
He issued a warning to Tobagonians.
Tobago a warning earlier. We cannot continue with that type of dilapidated, that type of backward, that type of no good governance. The world is watching. And if we reinstall Farley, we'll be looked at as persons who are not thinking correctly.
The THA has yet to state the reason for the reassignment. Meanwhile, Minority Leader Calvin Morris labeled Tashia Morris a runaway train with no accountability, adding that even the leader of government business is unaware of the reason behind her prolonged absence.
Leader of Assembly Business, you were to report on the status of Councillor Boris.
She is indisposed at the moment, Madam Presiding Officer.
Would she be attending today's sitting?
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer.
We will defer. Would she be attending within?
She said she sent an email to you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Clerk, did you receive any email? No?
Let's check.
Morris pointed out that while the law allows temporary assignments under Section 34 of Act 40 of 1996, there is no fixed time frame for how long a secretary may hold office in an acting capacity once the presiding officer is informed. The media release from the Office of the Chief Secretary did not indicate the duration of Hackett's assignment. It only said it would be temporary. We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
I send in a big, dirty bun for you. Better than them. And I have a big, dirty bun for you. So you better don't run. Come on, fun, I said don't run. Good morning, Bacchanal. How do you do? It's very critical. Talk to you, but it's a long road. I'm going on. And I need somebody to my life. I stay strong. Bless me with Juve. Carnival is my time.
Skibidi bang bang. Yours truly Juby representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainments, Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I'm jamming on the pavement with Neon.
On the pavement.
Shine Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here.
When you rum, tell you you's a big dancer.
It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive pool party that kicks off your carnival in style.
We come to take shots. She come to take shots.
Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched. This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant, and Launch. Signature Cuts, Island E-Tickets.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Welcome back. A significant project for Tobago's Blue Food Festival is now a major point of contention as the promised venue remains unfinished 2 years past its deadline. According to a Facebook post by THA Minority Leader Calvin Morris, the Tobago House of Assembly began the project in 2023 with a clear goal, to have it ready for the festival that year. However, the site is still a construction zone. Morris publicly criticized the delay, accusing the THA of being dishonest with the public. Despite the delays, the Office of the Chief Secretary, THA, recently posted photos of Chief Secretary Farley Augustine visiting the site to oversee the ongoing work. The post claims the visit was to advance work ahead of the world-famous Blue Food Festival 2025 edition to enhance patrons' experience. While Tobago's Carnival is a beacon of creativity and a crucial opportunity for the island to drive jobs, culture and revenue, a recent discussion with Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus suggests the reality is far from different. Kimberly Mitchell has more details.
During a live broadcast on Tuesday evening, political leader of the Innovative Democratic Alliance, Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus, presented her perspective on the upcoming Tobago Carnival celebrations. She pointed to a recurring cycle of poor leadership, unfulfilled promises, and last-minute chaos that threatens to undermine the festival's economic and cultural potential.
We noted with the recent launch, you had big bands like Jade Monkey, Mass, Fog Angels, Iconic Mass, who skipped the official launch, according to the newspapers.
Dr. Soyafat Angus disclosed that stakeholders view the Scarborough consultation as a superficial gesture, as their calls for better planning and stronger policies have been completely ignored.
There were complaints that even at the Scarborough consultation, stakeholders pleaded for better planning, earlier execution, stronger policies. All ignored. And according to one of the stakeholders, they said, those meetings is just a puppy show to tell the media that we had a meeting. But in the end, they continue to ignore us, ignore our ideas, and do whatever they want.
She said Tobago's continued carnival failures represent the, quote, very definition of insanity, end quote, blaming officials for repeating the same mistakes and the public for failing to hold them accountable.
Well, I think we need to applaud the stakeholders for at least doing some kind of protest stay away from the launch, because if they don't do something differently, we will continue to go 5th, 6th, and 7th with the same approach. Yeah, but we don't have to do that, Tobago. We don't have to do that, because this is the very definition of insanity. Them doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and us as the people of Tobago allowing them every year to do the same thing over and over again and don't take them out.
Dr. Soifat Angus raised concerns over the 4-year delay in setting up a dedicated committee to drive the development of Tobago's Carnival product. I'm Kimberly Mitchell, reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
The Central Statistical Office has reported a slight easing of inflation, bringing welcome news for consumers across Trinidad and Tobago. The Consumer Price Index, a key metric for measuring the cost of living, decreased to 1.4% in August 2025, a slight decrease from the 1.5% recorded in July. Here is more.
This marks a significant change from the same period last year when inflation stood at just 0.4%, August 2023 to August 2024, highlighting the economic shifts over the last 12 months. A major contributor to the monthly slowdown was the food and non-alcoholic beverages sector, which saw a 0.6% decrease. The CSO's data shows that prices fell for several staple items, including fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, okras, and green sweet peppers, providing some relief for household budgets. However, the news isn't all positive. The decrease in food prices was partially counteracted by price increases for other popular items, including Irish potatoes, onions, and fresh carrot. Despite the overall easing of the inflation rate, price hikes continue in other areas. The latest report shows increases in the indices for alcoholic beverages and tobacco, clothing and footwear, and health. This indicates a complex economic environment where prices for some goods are stabilizing, while others, particularly imported items, remain on an upward trajectory. Authorities will be watching closely to see if this trend of easing inflation holds in the coming months. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
This weekend, hundreds of volunteers across Tobago are joining a global effort to combat plastic pollution as the island hosts the International Coastal Cleanup 2025.
The two-day event, spearheaded by the Tobago House of Assembly and various local organizations, will kick off this Saturday with cleanups at beaches from Corland Bay to Tyrrells Bay. On Sunday, the focus shifts to La Guera and Sandy Point Bays. The initiative is part of the Ocean Conservancy's worldwide campaign, which has engaged millions of people over nearly 4 decades, removing hundreds of millions of pounds of trash from waterways. Last year, volunteers across Trinidad and Tobago alone collected over 22,000 kilograms of ocean waste, with single-use plastics being a major component of that trash. Plastic pollution is a growing crisis with severe consequences. A 2019 report by the United Nations Development Programme ranked Trinidad and Tobago as the 6th highest plastic polluter in the Caribbean on a per capita basis. The problem doesn't just stop at the shoreline. Plastics degrade into tiny pieces called microplastics, which contaminate food sources. The World Wildlife Fund estimates the average person ingests a credit card's worth of plastic each week. Microplastics have been found in human blood, breast milk, and even placentas, highlighting the pervasive nature of this pollution. Volunteers aren't just cleaning. They're also collecting important data to identify pollution sources and inform policy. It's a powerful reminder that our actions, no matter how small, can help beat plastic pollution and protect our marine ecosystem for future generations. The only question that now remains is where will all the ocean waste collected be recycled, since the THA shut down Tobago's only recycling plant in May 2025. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Rise and shine, Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here.
When you wrong, tell you you's a big dancer.
It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive pool party that kicks off your carnival in style.
We there to take shots. She come to take shots.
Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched. This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant and Launch, Signature Cuts, IslandEtickets.com, and committee members. Don't miss the event where Tobago Carnival truly begins. Sun Up Tobago. Come for the breakfast, stay for the vibe.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest. We protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome back. We've got some exciting news in sports. Trinidad and Tobago's Keyshawn Walcott delivered a stellar performance at the World Athletics Championships today, claiming gold in the javelin with a throw that wowed spectators and put him among the elite in his event. His triumph marks a historic moment for Trinidad and Tobago, showcasing talent, precision, and dedication on the world stage. Meanwhile, Trinidad's the Dream Richards powered down the track in the 400-meter race, finishing second and smashing his own personal best of 43.72 seconds, marking the fastest 400 meters ever recorded by a Trinidad and Tobago athlete. His performance electrified fans and confirmed his reputation as one of the region's fastest athletes. Together, Walcott and Richards have made Trinidad and Tobago proud. And in Tobago, on Wednesday, the First Form Netball Championship delivered an action-packed day of sports, energy, and youthful enthusiasm as schools competed for top honors on Montgomery Hard Court. The event showcased talented students who displayed impressive skills and determination. From the opening whistle, the matches were intense, with teams displaying sharp passing, strong defensive strategies, and remarkable shooting accuracy. Parents, teachers, and classmates turned out in full force, their cheers echoing across the court as they rallied behind their schools. In a thrilling final, Signal Hill Secondary School secured the championship title after a hard-fought 10-9 victory over. The tournament wasn't just about competition. It was also an opportunity for students to build camaraderie and develop their athletic skills. Organizers praised the players' sportsmanship and highlighted how events like these foster school pride and a love for the game. The championship closed with a medal ceremony and a resounding round of applause for all participating teams. The Tobago October Carnival Soca Titans audition returned to Shaw Park Complex this year, showcasing the best of soca music. From classic groovy to power, chutney, and even experimental fusion songs, the event highlighted the rich diversity that continues to shape the genre. Alia Balgobin has the details.
When I drinking, I not driving, because two of them don't be mixing. Safety is priority, no fighting and no cussing. Enjoying my life and remaining with my wife, rum is my lover. I got you with me, you're my fantasy for eternity. Boy, you're drunk in me, you're all I need. You fulfill my needs. They call me Christopher Columbus, nah, Christopher Gluteus. I don't need no binoculars. That bumper healthy and it big like a bus. Shake it, eh.
This year's Soca Titans Spotlight featured defending champion Verse, who returned strong after last year's win with high-energy performance that reinforced his standing as a crowd's favorite. Tobago's emerging talent also impressed, bringing fresh styles and creativity to the stage. Organizers highlighted the mix of seasoned performers and newcomers, calling this year's edition one of the most dynamic yet. 10 finalists will compete in the Grand Showdown. Burns 100, Kidani, Presno, Pucky, Shaquan, Nikia Scott, Zware, Shin Story, The People's Choice, Tam Tam, and Verse. Defending champion. Finals night will take place on Wednesday, 22nd September 2025 at Market Square Car Park from 7 p.m. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
The Tobago Festivals Commission is on the move, literally. The agency responsible for staging some of the island's premier cultural events like the Tobago Heritage Festival and the Tobago October Carnival is packing its bags. Reporter Jewel Green George tells us more.
Up at the Smithfield Plaza office in Scarborough are now relocating to Festival's other office space at GNV Plaza on Wilson Road, opposite the Scarborough Market. The move is a significant one for the Commission, which was incorporated in 2019 to manage the island's cultural festivals. The Commission has advised that the transition will close both the new and the old offices to the public for a brief period from Wednesday, September 17th to Friday, September 19th, 2025. The Commission has been at the forefront of Tobago's cultural landscape, with its events attracting thousands of visitors and contributing to the island's tourism sector. This relocation marks a new chapter for the Commission as it continues to grow its portfolio of cultural celebrations. The public has been advised to expect potential connectivity issues with phone lines during the move. For urgent matters, the Commission is directing people to contact them via email at tobagofestivals@gmail.com. I'm Jewel Green George reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Stay tuned for a weather report and poll question coming up after this.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Skibidi bang bang. Yours truly be representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainments, Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I'm jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Rise and shine, Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here. It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive cooler party that kicks off your carnival in style.
We come to take shots. She come to take shots.
Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched. This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant and Lounge, Signature Cuts, IslandEtickets.com, and committee members. Don't miss the event where Tobago Carnival truly begins. Sun Up Tobago. Come for the breakfast, stay for the vibe.
Now for a look at the weather update from the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight, mostly fair despite the odd brisk shower. Temperatures will drop to 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, mainly hot and fair conditions despite the likelihood of 1 or 2 spotty showers, particularly from mid-afternoon. There is a low chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Tomorrow's daytime temperature is predicted to be 32 degrees Celsius with a low of 25 degrees Celsius, and the heat index is expected to be 37 degrees Celsius. Seas are expected to be slight to moderate, with waves near 1.5 meter in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Tomorrow, the sun is expected to rise at 5:52 and set at 6 p.m. Every day, we bring you closer to the issues that matter most. Tonight, we're introducing our interactive Facebook poll segment, sharing the latest results from the questions we asked. Today, we asked, are Tobagonians speaking openly enough about suicide and mental health, or is stigma still keeping the conversation in the dark? On Facebook, 100% of responders said stigma is still in the way. Meanwhile, on Instagram, 93% agreed that stigma is keeping the issue in the dark, while only 7% felt the conversation is happening openly. The results show that mental health awareness is still facing a tough battle against stigma in Tobago. Remember, your voice counts too. Join us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. Education Secretary temporarily assigned Tourism Secretary portfolio. IDA raises questions over last-minute carnival planning. Minority leader criticizes 2-year delay on Blue Food Festival project. And Keyshawn Walcott wins gold at the World Athletics Championships. I am Natalia Nancy Richard. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.